good, y'all? This your boy Chris, back at it again with episode 5 of the Finally Famous podcast. What's going on? What's going on? If y'all new to if y'all new, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, share with a friend, with a friend, and with a friend. Um, Make sure you download it. Check us out on Spotify. Thank you to my Spotify listenership, YouTube listenership. Today we got a special guest with us right here. This is Greg McNeal, owner of the Realionaire Lifestyle, the brand, hybrid fit food, hybrid impact fitness. What else we got? Realionaire Nutrition. What else we got? You
Nutrition.
You got your hand in the bag right now.
Realionaire Beauty. Man, we call
it
several stream king.
He's an author, guys. I got his book. This man's an author.
Right. Appreciate it, bro.
But real deal. This is the real deal, man. I got so many questions as like I want to be like the entrepreneur that just has a whole bunch of questions about like how to do business the right way. But just tell us, like, you know, I know you guys touched, you and your business partner, Greg. We all Greg's, like, my middle name is Greg. It's kind of funny.
Right.
So, but it's your business. It's the other Greg that's Caribbean, correct?
He's Haitian. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so just, I guess, kind of, let's tell the people that don't know you, like, what's kind of your story? Like, you know, I know you're from Chi-Town.
Question: How far you need me to go back? It depends on how deep you want me to dig.
Well, I guess let's start off, like, you know, after being released from jail, like tell us, I know from the book, like, tell us about going to Atlanta, I guess, starting from there, like, what changed your mindset?
Well, since you want me to start from a certain spot, I would just say, I was convicted of a conspiracy, and I was sentenced to 25 years in federal prison. Upon my release, which I was released on Fourth Amendment violation, illegal search and seizure. So what happened with me doesn't happen. So, like, I'm a walking blessing.
Amen.
Like, conviction overturned, sentence vacated. So, and that's not something that's normal in the feds unless you talking. You know, I went to trial with him, engaged, and like I said, upon my release, I had an opportunity to go back to Chicago and do what I knew I could do, which was get down in the streets, you know, hustle, sell drugs, like that. But there was a shift in my mind, and it told me I just needed to separate myself from all of that foolery. So I ended up packing up everything. So many people owe me money, but I didn't even look, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even look to try to get the money once I got out, because I knew it could have possibly been some issues. Maybe it would have been, hey, I don't have the money right now, but I can give you the work. So the work would have put me back in, you know, stuff like that. So I just decided to just leave, man. And when I left, it turned out to be the best move I could have ever made. I didn't know anybody in Georgia like that. I had one cousin. I've been in Georgia going on 11 years. I had one cousin. I may have saw him 3 times since I've been here. So it's not like I just came down here, had it all mapped out and figured out. I came down here just because I felt like if I would have stayed in that mess, I could have been caught back up in the similar situations. So came down to Georgia. I did have a small plan. I was like, man, I could personal train because I'm fit. So I went to a LA Fitness, and I worked 2 weeks. I worked 70 hours, and they gave me $440. That's what really clicked me back into my entrepreneurial ways. And it was during that time I met Greg Pointdujour, which is my partner. Right. He was managing at LA Fitness. And I just basically explained to him, I said, either you're going to work for these people for the rest of your life, or we can just build a legacy, you know. And I look at legacy like your first name. Like I heard a gentleman, he put it so eloquently, like your first name is about you, but that last name is about that legacy. So it's like from that point on, it's always been, I got to build on the McNeal legacy. So that's why I've been constantly erecting business after business after business, because I won't let one stream slow me down. If this one slows down, I completely, you know what I'm saying, just shift to another one.
Okay, so I don't want you to jump too fast forward. So when you got to LA Fitness, like before you even got there, did you have like was it like hard finding like an employer, like hard finding a job once you got to
Yeah.
Atlanta?
You got to think I got that felony. So
Yeah.
because I ended up, even though I got my conviction overturned, sentence vacated, the federal system is diabolical. So I threatened them because I was supposed to have been going overseas to play basketball. So I had threatened them
Yeah.
to sue them, and they was threatening to retry me. We was kind of at a standstill. So what they did was offer me a year plea agreement, a year and a day for a phone count, where I never ever talked on the phone at all. But that just shows you how the system works. They,
What?
I ended up pleading out to a phone count just so they can get a felony.
Okay.
So, so that's what why I ended up with the actual felony. So upon coming down, like, yeah, even like housing, people don't understand when you're a felon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah. People don't understand when you're a felon, you check that box even for housing, they denying you. So it's so difficult. We have so many hurdles that people do not understand. And then they always try to figure out how did an individual end back up in the streets or in the mess, because some of them feel like they was given no other choice.
So
You
like
follow me?
I feel
You
you. So
tell
like
me I get a job and I can't get housing.
right.
What can I do? All I can do is go back to what I know.
Right. So like I can only imagine, like I don't even have that type of stuff on my record, and I'm just a regular civilian out here, and like
Right.
so like even starting a business, like you getting that first paycheck after 2 weeks or whatever, $400, and
Mm-hmm.
like I know that you used to do stuff in the streets and stuff beforehand. Like what gave you the confidence and made you
Oh,
believe that you would be successful starting your own business?
um,
Like for me, I would be like, of course, I would have the ideas. Everybody has an idea or a dream of what they want to do, but everybody has that fear of risk, or putting themselves out there, or everybody pushes things off until tomorrow. So what kind of was it for you that
that's
kind of said,
I,
let's Greg,
I
let's
have
do
no.
this, let's get this done right now?
That's the thing. I have no fear. So it's like it was really nothing to me. And I tell a lot of guys, individuals, even who are still in the street today, I say, if you can manage a drug business, regular entrepreneurship is a walk in the park for you. You got to think when you're in the streets. Dang it! Sorry about that.
There you good.
Um, when you're in the streets,
Yeah.
um, you got to deal with police. You got to deal with kidnapping. You got to deal with there's just so many different snakes, your own friends, family. There's so many different things that come into play. And when you're just being an entrepreneur and just trying to be creative, deal with any of those aspects. It's just really be creative, have that drive, make goals, just be proactive with everything. So it was really a walk in the park for me as far as that aspect. But I won't say that, the actual entrepreneurship side of it is a walk in the park. But me and my mindset is everybody calls me a cyborg because like I don't sleep. I don't do any of that. I take naps. That's it. Because I'm always the mind is always working. So that's why I'm able to just continue to create a different stream of income. It's like I'll wake up and then I'll create a stream. Greg, my partner looks at me sometimes like, the hell, what you got going on now? Because it's like I once I put my mind to it and I focus in, I lock in on it, that's just it. It's a go.
So like, so when you first did y'all originally get investors, or y'all just kind of just out of your own pocket?
Nah, we really didn't. What happened was, and we give this in the book, one thing about us, like I said, we don't hold a lot information to our chest. We like the people to get the information. So what happened was I have knowledge as to like properties that haven't been leased in years. So these owners are really thirsty to lease these spaces out. What we don't understand is if you go in there and really like negotiate, you really got leverage. Because if I have a space and it's just been sitting up collecting dust and I can start to generate income from it, why wouldn't I lease the space out? So what we spoke to a gentleman and I gave him the vision. Well, we gave him the vision and he loved the vision. Once he saw the vision, the lease went from a 3-year lease to a 5-year lease. And the reason why we did that was because he offered to build space out. So he put the money into building the space out and actually turning it into a gym for us because we added 2 extra years to the lease.
Right.
So think about that. We feel like we're going to be in the space anyway. It's our business. Why not come out of pocket and have the owner of the actual property come out of pocket? And now we just walk in and put the equipment in there and go from there. That's how we first launched the original Hybrid Impact Fitness.
Wow. Who was the negotiator for that one?
Oh, both of us.
Wow.
And like lawyers, no nothing. Just me and him just been knowledgeable of what what the market calls for and what we wanted and what we felt like we could get out of any deal that we walked into.
Yeah. So like I know you touched on it a little bit. So like how much time per week or per day do you feel like do you put in your business? So like
with me, it's different because I put in time with each business and there's multiple businesses. So it might be, I might train 4 hours in a day. Then I might do the nutrition for 2 hours. I might do, the apparel for another 4 hours. I'm only getting 6 hours worth of sleep.
Which cord do you want me to use for that?
One more.
The charging.
You get one. You can. I'll purchase it. Yeah, I'll purchase it. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, not the lighting.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah. So I rarely rest. That's why I say I take naps.
Right.
Because like this morning I went to bed at like 4:00 because I was filling hoodie orders and all that type of stuff. And now, so much so that we cut out the middleman. Like we do everything in-house now. So even like our hoodies and everything, we make everything. We create everything. So at first we were just shipping them out and they would ship them back into us and boom. But now we doing the screen print and everything now. So it's just a different type of monster.
Right. So do you feel like, how does that work with like the family, friends balance? And then congrats on your engagement as well, sir. Congrats, definitely congrats to that.
Well, it works only because they understand what my goal is. They understand the end game. So if I'm trying to retire by 50 or 45 or something like that, they're going to understand the sacrifice. You know, if you want me to be around a lazy bum laying around the house playing video games all day and this and that, then we can forget about legacy.
Right.
But if my drive is where it is right now, then the legacy is going to be fulfilled. So we make time. So like you probably saw me on a lot of trips too recently. So once when I feel like I've overworked and I need to recharge, we just take off and we do it like that. And then I get right back to it and we recharge again, I take off. So that's been the way that we've found that balance between the two.
Was there ever a time where you felt like, I don't know, I guess I would say just like quitting, like if there was like a bad month, with entrepreneur with businesses, there's going to be up and down months. And especially now, I assume with COVID,
Yeah, we took major hits. And one thing about me, I'm not one of those, you got guys that are so arrogant. And then when they post on social media, you're only seeing the good, everything that goes on with business. I actually had to close my restaurant, Hybrid Fit Food, due to COVID, only because I had 3 high schools and a middle school. One of the high schools directly across the street from my establishment. I used to get kids coming into my store daily. When they closed the schools down and everything, they punished my business. Like, it plummeted. So I could have been cocky and arrogant. Oh man, what people gonna think if I close the business down? But that's not me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a different type of individual. It wasn't a loss to me because I had the business open 5 years. So I looked at it like a lesson. Like, okay, I need to make sure that the next space, I'm not that heavily dependent upon students or school or any type of entity that could, if it closed, that it would affect my business. So that's exactly how I looked at it. And so I, closed it. I even post on social media, thank you to everybody who supported it. And I know some people probably laughed and probably was, and then a month later, I had videoed myself posting the new restaurant that I'm opening in my home state in Chicago. So it's like, everything is a lesson, and I'm so locked in and focused on so much that I have no fear of failure at all. It's just not you. When you're built different and you wired different, all it is a hurdle or a stepping stone. You walking through everything.
How okay. So like, do you feel like, how would you say you evolved from when you started to how you do business now? I would say.
I think it was learning. It's just learning on the go, because what me and my partner do, we call it organized chaos. We'll go some people like, hell, and you guys doing this, and this, and this, and they just can't understand it. And sometimes when you look around, you don't understand it, and you can't really believe. But it's like, the longer we've been in the business, we've gotten better at structuring things and forecasting. And so, like I said, it's not like it. A lot of times people don't take that leap because they figure like it's so deep. It's not always that deep, It's just really just like Nike got the best slogan, just do it. So sometimes just do it and figure it out on the road.
Gotcha. So like, out of all your businesses that you've made, which one did you say is like closest, that you're most passionate or proud of?
If you'd have asked me this a year ago, I would say Hybrid Impact Fitness. I would say Hybrid Fit Food. That's the restaurant.
Fit Food. Okay.
But 2 years ago, it would have been Hybrid Impact Fitness. But today it's Realionaire Lifestyle, because it's not just apparel. Like, it's a purpose-driven individual with core values that money can't buy. So it speaks to family. It speaks to so many different things, and the meaning behind it in itself. Anybody could be a millionaire, but everybody can't be a realionaire. So so that right there just stands out for me.
Right. Cool. So do you have, for you personally, do you set yourself like goals? So like, do you already know what you want your life to be like in like 5 years? And like,
yeah, I definitely do that, and the reason why is, like I said, I plan to retire soon. Like, I don't plan to but in retiring, I'm still passing the brand down. I'm still passing the legacy down, because I come from nothing. Like, I come from the Henry Horner projects of Chicago. We had nothing, so it was like nothing was handed to me. So I want to make sure when I gracefully bow out that I'm handing things to my kids, so they'll have that head start that I wasn't afforded. So yeah, that's what it is. It's about, I'm putting in place now, like even with the home, I just bought the house, so I'm setting everything up for retirement. Like, I was in the streets, I had the homes, I had everything, but it was so much stress that came behind it. It's way more fulfilling now doing everything, the legal route. It may be takes me longer, and it's a lot harder work, but I love it, and you can appreciate it more, that much more.
Yeah, man, I have a lot of respect for you and your business partner for everything what y'all have done. Even more so for you, because I feel like we're more personal.
Right? Yeah, for sure.
But
And then a lot, like I said, I'm humble. Like, so I never speak on my story, like what was really going on at a young age and all of that type of stuff. But people say, man, you need to really like tell your story, because I don't think people understand like where you come from. Like, I was 20 years old, I'm playing college basketball, and my school had no gym. I had a gym built from the ground, and my college basketball team practiced at my gym. You know, so it's like I walk around and people don't notice stuff because I don't puff my chest out because I always my mantra is always ain't no big guys and little U's. I get in the trenches and get my hands dirty with anybody who's around me. I don't consider nobody an employee, nobody's a work, always a team. And when you build that, people respect it and they respect you. That's why I can go back to Chicago to this day, and I be jokingly saying that I'm Barack of Chicago because they really me like that because of how I carried individuals, even though people looked at me as being on a higher, plane than them.
Right. Yeah, I think there's like a couple different people in business, and some people kind of just get lucky and they kind of get viral sometimes. But you and Greg, y'all really did the guerrilla marketing. Y'all
Man,
was out there out in the streets, really putting in the work, and that's not a lot of people do that nowadays. I don't
nah,
know.
that's why I said it was a blessing to have him because it was just a marriage. It worked from day one. Like I said, we've been in business for over a decade. We've never ever had one argument like where a voice was raised between the two of us. And this is black brothers in business where there's actually cash transactions going on, all type of money type situations, and running multiple six-figure businesses. We've never had one single argument. It's crazy.
Do you think there's a reason why you guys are so like good fit for each other?
I think it's an understanding. It all comes with communication, and both have to have similar mindsets. Like me, going into anything, I'm not even gonna align myself. If I see flags, I have to act on those flags. So I'm not even gonna align myself with that situation because I know it smells trouble down the road.
Right.
So that's really how that worked for me.
Yeah, I think that's really good. I see a lot of businesses go up and down, or they close down just because business partner can't agree, or this person, that
Yeah,
person stealing money, employees stealing money out the register, just like
yeah,
crazy
great.
situations.
And
Have
like
you ever had something like that happen?
me and Greg have we
Not
have
with
a
you and
relationship.
Greg, but maybe like an
No, I
employee.
have a relationship so crazy. I'm gonna tell you a funny thing. When we first opened the gym, we were selling like bottled waters.
Mm.
So I can be in Chicago, I'll come back and it'll be change in dollars. And it's, oh, we sold six. I'm like, man, get out of here. Like, but that's how we are that deep into making sure we are both good. You know what I'm saying? So it can be to a penny. This was $1.03. It'll be like that. It'd be crazy sometimes when you be like, get out of here, man. What you doing? But I have had a situation like that at my restaurant, which is an easy place to do it when you're hiring high school and college kids to work it. And I had a kid who was giving away a lot of free food. And I had already told any employee that comes in and work for me, I tell them, if you need something, I got you. If you're going through some things and you talk to me about it, I got you. One thing I don't, tolerate is, I hate a thief. I know that's a strong word, but I hate a thief. So it's like I feel like in small business, it's like it's blood on everything because you're working so hard.
Yeah.
So why you take away from that? So I had cameras in my restaurant anyway, and the guy, he just gave away maybe like $80 worth of food, and then on the transaction it was for like $8. So I came in the next day. I let him get it off and everything. I had the camera footage. Everything came in the next day. Pulled the transaction first, and he denied it. And then I pulled the camera and showed him what he did. And you know what happened after that? It was just, but like, that's the crazy part about that is my mentality is different because if we was in Chicago and it was a different day, that could have went different. It wouldn't have been let you go. It could have been, it could have went left,
Right.
But it just all happens with growth, and maturity and in business, knowing that you can't take that route no matter what, what the circumstances are.
how did you get into like cars, or have you always been into cars?
I've always been in the cars. Like it started when I was in the streets, and like I've always had the best cars. Like like, and the one thing I do, I like to take a car from scratch, and like, cause I came from nothing, so I take a car and take pictures of it. Came from nothing, and I take it and turn it to the best car around. So that was one of my things to do, like build a car from scratch, and people loved it. So I've continued that now again. Uh, any car you can name, I probably had it or driven, you know. So now I've come here, and now I've opened I've partnered with one of my other guys. We've started a rap shop. So that's where people started to see me pop up with different types of wrapping my vehicles and just putting them on Front Street so people can see the quality of the work.
So like, so what's in your car collection now?
I'm light right now. I got the
What you got?
442 Cutlass.
Okay.
I got the Audi A7, and then I got the I love the Jeeps, so I got the Jeep, the SRT, the Cherokee.
The Trackhawk?
Yeah,
Yeah. Nice.
So that's what I got right now. Um, maybe mid-year G-Wagon. That's the goal.
Okay.
So yeah, and then we're gonna rest with that for a minute. Yeah.
You have an idea like how you gonna wrap it?
It's gonna be gold.
Gold, dang.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a solidification.
Are you like one of those guys? Do you like name your cars? Like, does every car have a name?
All of them. What's crazy is I had all my cars was white. Like even the Jeep was just white. But when Trump had really like started with all the hate campaign,
yeah,
I wrapped everything black.
You said,
All the
F
cars
that.
was white. Madonna, Miley Cyrus. I had all of them. I had a 79 Malibu. That was Miley. I had the 550 Mercedes. Everything was white.
Yeah, I had a white car named Katy Perry.
Right. And yep, I wrapped everything black, man. And I just Wakanda.
Wakanda forever. RIP. Right. Oh man, that's funny. But yeah, I think let's see. Do I got anything? Oh, gee. I don't know. Do you believe in the saying kind of like more money, more problems?
Somewhat, but it depends on how you look at it, because I don't mind it. I would rather have the money with the problems than
That's
to be
in
the financial crisis with the problems. Then it's a big issue. I think more so it's about who you surround yourself around and how you're structuring your businesses and things like that. Because you can actually have money and have less problems if you're structuring and wiring everything right. Because the way I'm set up now, I don't have a lot of people pulling at me, you know, financially or any of that type of thing. Like when I was in the streets, I had a ton of money. I'm counting $1 million in cash, all that type of thing. But I got to feed 30 people.
Right.
So now it's a problem, because if someone else feels like they're not eating, what you got to do, you're going to pacify that situation, or you're going to have a problem. The problem going to be robbery, killing, a snake play, or somebody call the police on you, anything. It's just so much that come with it. But like when you moving right, you on, like my girl is outside of G, my fiance is my right hand. Right. So like I don't have no issues with no you know, nobody pulling at me from this way, pulling at me from that way. I just have family, me, my bro Greg, and that's really it. So the problem is what the next business is gonna be. That's the problem. That's the big problem, you know. So So yeah, I don't look at it like that, you know, because like I said, when you got everything structured the way you need it, and you don't have a bunch of hands in a pot, it eliminates all of it.
How do you feel about like rich people nowadays, or let's just say I would say more so rappers and artists that kind of flaunt their money online and stuff, and then
I, I don't like it. I don't like it, and the reason I don't is because the youth of today is heavily influenced by it. Whether a rapper wants to believe that they're a role model or not, you are. You're a face. So when you continue to talk about drinking lean and popping pills and all of these things that some of y'all actually not even really doing, these kids are gravitating to that, and they becoming a part of it, and that's triggering more and more violence. And that's why it's widespread now, because it's like a lot of these kids are really like dope things. Like when we were coming up, I wasn't getting high. I've never like, I may have smoked weed 5 times in my entire life. So it's like I I wasn't getting high, and it's I had to be focused. Like they getting high, they're really drug addicts today because of what they're seeing. So it's like I think it's bad. And then they becoming a target when they flying, like you say, with all of the cash and this and that. You just really putting a target on your back because there's so many people that are not eating and they trying to eat. So hence Pop Smoke, hence other guys where they doing these home invasions, this and that, you know, coming in brothers' houses because people out here really starving, and it's like you just really like you showing out. Now, nothing wrong with having nice things. I don't think nothing is wrong with that, but I think that you have to do it the right way and a smart way. Like me, I'm more about giving back, and I haven't arrived. I haven't arrived yet. Again, I've arrived before, but I haven't arrived yet. And once I really get to where I'm trying to be, I want to do even more, because you can't die with the money,
Right.
So I think, and people, like I said, I'm a firm believer in that, and that being one of the best ways to go about handling money. Put that on your back. Don't hold a pile of money like that, but go erect a building that's helping at-risk youth. Now hold that. Like that's why I respect LeBron so much. That's the type of thing to be proud of. Anybody can grab some money and put it in and show it. What are you doing with that money at the end of the day?
So where do you feel like you got your discipline from? Like, was it from your childhood, or like just experiences growing up in the street?
Definitely life experiences. I owe a lot to both of my parents. Although I don't speak on that much of my childhood upbringing, but I had the best parents in the world. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But my parents had a stint where they fell short, and when they fell short, it was like I had to become a man at an early age, because I was I was the man of the house. I was the boy. So that maturity level started at about like 15 years old. I couldn't fumble. So 15, now I'm 43. I feel like I found a founding youth, but I'm 43 years old. So it's just been a constant growth from life lessons. And I think my stint in federal prison also taught me that, because there's so many wise men that have been, in prisons for decades on top of decades. You can just be a sponge and soak up so much knowledge from them. And I did that. And so I've been fortunate when it comes to those type of things, and it's helped me.
Yeah, that's really dope. That's really dope. Who would you say is maybe your top 3 mentors, or somebody that inspired you to do what you do?
Top 3.
Could be from cars to fitness to whatever.
Top 3. Jay-Z is definitely one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Big boss.
I watched him. I listen to that type of rap. I don't like that mumbo jumbo. So I've always been a fan. So just to watch how he move, watch how he build, and like he's laid back. He has a laid back demeanor like me. So it's kind of like, I'm like, yeah, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? So I like how he building. So he would be definitely one. Crazy as it sounds, I can't say that I'm a fan of all of the content, but like how Tyler Perry just took nothing and just turned it into something.
Yeah, he has a
That,
crazy story. His
yeah,
whole
his story.
everything.
So it's like, yeah, so that type of situation, I'm really inspired by that, you know, because it just shows you that I still got so much to do, you know. And then the only the other thing that really inspires me is just knowing that I'm needed. So it's like I feel like if I fumble, there's so many people that's looking up to me, and I have to make the most of the opportunity. So I have to inspire myself. So when I wake up in the morning, I look in the mirror, it's like, man, it's go time. You know, we ain't dropping no balls. We getting out here, we being productive, and we gonna make stuff happen. And like I said, I just feel like I'm just getting started for real. I really do feel like that.
Do you ever like sit back and just or like whatever you wake up from your nap, just be like, damn, like I was down bad at one point, and like I can't believe I'm here like doing my cut list right now, or like do you like bask in like the success? I got
That's the crazy part of it. My people tell me all the time, like, man, you barely take breaks. Like I said, I just started really traveling because before then I wasn't traveling. I was just so consumed with trying to get back. And that can be unhealthy, you know, because at first I was chasing numbers.
Yeah.
I was chasing numbers.
Right.
Here she's out here. And I had to come to the realization that it's not about that. And I think part of what helped me with that was the whole COVID thing and life being too short. Like, I'm like, man, I gotta start living.
Right.
I wasn't living life.
That's true.
So
I seen you've been traveling and all that, so that's really
so
important.
so yeah, so I but like I've started more now than I was. But at first I was never ever taking the time to be like, man, you really doing your thing, you know, because I think I'd be so humble that I never mistake anything for arrogance. But I'm very confident, but I don't. A lot of people will look at stuff differently, but I don't like people to look at. Well, it's not that I care what people think, but like I said, it comes back to like people showing off money and showing off stuff like that. I'm not that guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I try to show and lead by example from another way. I try to show them that um, everybody not smoking weed all day. Everybody not drinking lean. And they still can be successful. You know. So that's the angle and approach that I take. So yeah, I've started now to like bask in the success a little more than I did because I come to an understanding and realization that, you know, life is just too short. We got people dying every single day. So with that being said, now I've gotten better at sitting back like, damn,
Yeah,
he really
man.
is a bad boy, man. Look.
Yeah, man. You gotta enjoy it. When you get the G Wagon, you gotta enjoy it, man.
Oh yeah,
Enjoy all
for
the
sure.
success.
Sure.
Like, you know, they always say it's good to live in the moment.
Big dog, we need a Type C cable.
Oh, we need one?
Yeah.
You know, he said he had one. You don't have one?
I got Apple, but not Type C.
Where do I need to go?
Hey, Kroger, you think? Kroger,
But
you grab the best one. Don't grab no junk because it's hardwired.
Okay.
Here. The only thing
But
that wires for is the charging, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just the basic Type C charger. No. Don't give me no knockoff shit, bro. Because it fucks up your shit. Just get a name brand. I think Kroger. I don't know around here much.
Type C.
USB, Type C.
All right.
Just something good, you know, because it's gonna be in there. We're not taking it back out.
Okay. Either that, I have somebody come pick me up and run me to Best Buy or something. Okay. Hello. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. But
You want to make sure everything right, man.
I feel you. You know, does it have power? It has power steering. You put power steering in it. Did you put power steering in it?
I flipped the whole thing. I got the LS motor, so I got the remote start and everything. I'm not even dealing with no carburetors. I got to show you. We got to do a thing on it. I redid the Ford interior. I got 4 bucket seats in the old school.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I took all the radio and stuff out. I only have an iPad. That's why we need this. What I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It looks like a Tesla inside.
Damn. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. We after I'm done with this contract, I got the house in Dallas, but I guess we're considering Atlanta too. So
man, I was just down there for the fight. I could have came pull it up on you.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm in Washington. I'm based in Washington, right? But yeah, I have a house I'm renting out. I'm still out there. So, but nice. We were living in Marietta, like when I first met her. When I first met
you were. So, to you, man. Look, hey, people don't understand the behind the scenes and stuff too. Like, man, ordering on the websites.
Yeah,
that's your work.
Oh yeah,
you helped me put that together. Like, and that relationship in itself was like, it was just genuine from the start. We had conversation, got right to it. I told you, hey, this, and you was on top of everything. So I appreciate you, man, and I appreciate you having me.
No problem, man. And yeah, glad hearing from you and speaking with you again. I know it's been a little while, and this COVID thing. I know mental health and stuff is crazy, but I know you want to go hustling and stuff.
Yeah, hey, look, and I hate that I'm not, only because it's the holidays. I would have been stationary and we just set up. But I hope you got some good stuff from it.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of good gems, and
that made it raw and real, right?
yeah, it's raw. You out here working regardless. But if y'all watching the visual, if y'all YouTube viewership, check out the book. I know this thing is messing it up, but background check, cop that.
For sure.
Cop that. Realionaire Lifestyle.
Yes,
Realionaire the brand. Get
appreciate it, bro.
Follow. What's your Instagram?
It's Realionaire_money.
Follow him, man. Follow him. Real deal. But appreciate you, man.
And I'm an open book, man. Any young up and coming entrepreneurs who want any insights or anything, man, I don't hold nothing back. Whatever you need, whatever you ask of me, if I'm able to give you some assistance from a business perspective, man, hit me up. I got you.
Right. And he's not lying. He's being serious. He's being that serious. But appreciate you, Greg. I'm going to let you get...
Bro, much love, man.
Love right back to you, man. Have a good day.
All right, salute.